free country, a minimum of infringement on the absolute rights of the individual to preserve the practical freedom of the community. Of course, there is a price to freedom.
Snap, come here. Nice, Snap. That wife of mine sent you. You go home and tell her I don't need no watchdog. I know when I've had enough without no dog telling me. Snap! Only a fool laughs at another's misfortune.
It's a free country, but the price of freedom is the policeman. We resent him a little for that.
Hello, Mrs. Ferguson. I'd like to have a talk with you.
What are you always picking on me for?
Mrs. Ferguson, let's you and I go sit over there and have a quiet little talk, huh? Mrs. Ferguson, I've been here twice before warning you about staying over.
I know.
Well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to crack down on you?
Listen, this is a neighborhood bar. You gotta consider. It's like home for a lot of people, and they don't like it when I close up on the nose. You know, they feel like I'm throwing them out.
Mrs. Ferguson, there's a law. Now, you must respect that law. Do you want me to come in here with a warrant in my hand? Is that it? Well, what...
All right, this is a thick one.
Don't anybody move. Keep calm and we'll all go home tonight.
Sit down.
I don't like people who kicks dogs.
Sit down, stupid.
I killed him! What kind of a detective are you sitting there with your gun in your holster? He just sat there and didn't make a move!
What do you think you are, Russia?
Gotta get myself a good publicity, man.
What you gonna do? Sometimes it rains.
My blood?
Mike wants to see you.
Look at this, Frank. Cop. 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 Boy, just let him need your help. Then they say policeman.
You got some fan mail. Man writes in to say that you knocked him down in front of a bar and were probably drunk.
He calls you brutal, ruthless, sadistic, and unnecessarily rough. Copy of this went to the commissioner, and another copy was bucked down to me. You want to read it?
I left my reading glasses at home. Look, Mike, you got a full detailed account of what happened in my report.
You know what I think? You and I are going downtown to the lineup.
Why don't they put cop hating on the sports page?
It's always good copy to see a policeman lined up against a wall.
I was in Monte Carlo that night, checking with the princess.
Look, I'm warning you, I've got an allergy. Every time I touch that ink, I break out in hives.
We furnish back scratchers in every cell.
Okay, Eddie, you can go ahead.
All right, Mike. All right, do as I say. Each one in turn. No, Axel, you'll just have to do it over again. Okay, we start from right to left. Man on the right, let's go. Step forward. Walk natural. Okay, now say this loud and clear. Everybody keep cool, and we all get home tonight.
Everybody keep cool and we all get home tonight.
Eddie, get him to talk up, will you?
All right, speak up. Let's have it loud and clear.
Everybody keep cool and we'll all get home tonight.
Put on a mask. Walk around a little. Now, let's hear you say it through the mask.
Everybody keep cool and we'll all get home tonight.
Okay, Eddie.
All right, get back in line. Next.
Well, that was a big fat zero, huh?
What'd you expect? To score on the first lineup?
Those rubber masks can be trouble.
Yeah.
Did you send your flowers to the widow yet?
Look, Mrs. Ferguson, you were 2 feet away from me. You could see the gun at that bartender's neck just as clear as I did. If I had pulled my gun, you'd be standing here right now accusing me of murder.
What do you do for a hobby, lady? Stick pins into wax dolls?
Ow! Hey, we said we were getting you a doctor, didn't we? Huh? What do you want to carry on like that for? Oh, he acts like a dame.
It's okay. Our brother's here.
I won't be more than a minute.
Leave them all with me.
Help me get rid of this pain.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Paulie.
Come on in.
All right.
How's Mom?
Pretty good.
I ain't got around to seeing her for a couple of weeks.
I know.
Buddy of mine got hurt. I figure he needs a doctor. Maybe I can throw a little your way. You know, sort of keep it in the family, like.
Hello, Charlie.
Marty?
Mickey. Like I told you, this is my brother Paulie. He's a resident of Bellevue.
Ow! Ow!
Why didn't you tell me it was a gunshot wound?
Would you have come?
The bullet's still in there?
You think we took it out, huh? With what, a pair of pliers?
All right.
We'll get an ambulance for him.
Hey, what ambulance?
No hospital, Charlie. That's out.
Molly, what happened? Did you shoot him?
Are you crazy? Charlie, he was shot by the cops. You're a doctor. I'm not asking you to do anything wrong. If you don't help him, then he's gonna die. That's all I'm asking you to do. Help him.
Paul, I've got to report it. He needs a hospital.
What are you trying to do? I just told you he was shot by the cops. What are you trying to do, Charlie? Send me to the electric chair?
Give me my kit, will you?
What's the matter?
Look, honey, I'm sorry. You drive the car back to the hospital. I'll get a cab.
Can I help?
I better get up there. You stay out of this.
Pretty rough going up against public opinion face to face, huh? Since when does that call for a day off?
I'm sorry, Mike. I'll get with it. Let's see. What have we got? We got 3 hoods in a saloon. One of them was wearing a dark blue suit. Liquor stains on it. The other had a gray suit with a possible bullet hole in it. Although, I don't know. Maybe I missed him. It's very possible that he slipped. The other had a brown suit, still in good condition. And the 4th hood in the car, well, the color of his suit is unknown. And that's it.
We got more than that. We got the MO. The same guys, wearing rubber Halloween masks. One of them with a sawed-off shotgun. They've knocked off 16 pawn shops, liquor stores, and saloons in the last 8 months. And they'll try again. You know that.
Meanwhile, police hunt for Ball, while crooks steal home.
Okay, we'll take the skirt in just a little bit, but the jacket's fine.
I'm great with the pins, you know.
I don't believe that.
Hi.
Hi.
You know what I like to do?
No?
I'd like to take you on a very slow rocket to the moon.
Oh, that would be lovely. When do we leave?
Now.
Okay, give me a minute to change.
Okay, 1 minute. Honey?
Mm-hmm.
What's this all for?
It's for a new soap opera on TV every day next week.
I see.
I play an airline hostess. It's a great part. On Monday, I meet the stinker, see? And on Wednesday, he proposes to me. On Thursday, I find out that he's not only married, but he always goes around proposing to young girls.
I see. Very nice guy, huh?
Very sweet. On Friday, I consider jumping out of the plane over the rockiest mountain in the Rockies. Without a parachute.
How do you make out?
Gee, you know, I don't know. I haven't seen the next script. Oh,
Pretty
come on.
chic, huh?
You'll never do, never. Did you button me up?
Okay.
You okay?
Fine.
Be sure to get that last button now.
Last button.
The last button, because that's the one that shows all the other girls that I've got a fella. See, all the other girls who don't get that last button don't have fellas.
I see. And also, they can sprain a few wrists that way, too, you know.
I love you so much.
I love you.
And I respect you.
You better go. That rocket is waiting.
Okay.
You know, it bugs me. I keep thinking about the widow. The newspaper's making a war over this thing, and all she knows is the other side of the story.
Well, you can never justify yourself to everyone.
I'd just like to let her know that I didn't just stand there and let the man die, that there's only some way I could let her know that I cared.
Why don't you go and tell her?
I might just as well try climbing Mount Everest.
Why not? I suppose you would if you wanted to.
Baby, you have more confidence in me than I have.
Don't worry. I'm gonna make them pay for it. Don't you worry about that. I seen lawyers. My lawyer says that I got a right to sue him. I'm entitled to a pension. That man was my support. That man was my whole life. It's like somebody walked out on you. See? You're entitled to alimony. If he'd have walked out, he'd have paid me if I had to drag him in every court in the country. But he didn't walk. So somebody else is gonna pay me. You put that in your newspaper.
I'm not a reporter, Mrs. Brent.
What do you mean you're not a reporter?
I'm with the police department.
I'm entitled to that pension.
Mrs. Brent, I'm a detective. I'm the detective that was in the bar when your husband was killed. I'd like you to hear my side of it.
You cop. Cheap, dirty, swindling, lousy cop! It's gonna take a lot more than you to take that pension away from me. You got a warrant? You think you got a right to come into my house? Snap! Sick him! Sick him! I got no brains. You think I don't know how to protect my own rights? Sick him, Snap! Sick him! You think I'm just a widow, all by myself so you can walk all over me? I got lawyers!
We didn't come here for that, Mrs. Brent.
Come on.
Wake up, world! I ain't got a husband! Wake up! 'Cause I ain't got a husband! Come on out! Come out! Was he the cop that killed my husband? I know all about you cops. I got a cousin who was a cop once. Had to buy his own bullets. That's why you didn't take your gun out. You're too cheap to buy 5 cents worth of bullets.
You don't know what you're talking about, Mrs. Brent. You're drunk.
Of course I'm drunk. Get out of City Hall and tell him. And I'll get out and tell him why. Because I ain't got a husband. You cheap cock. You ain't gonna get my pension. You got a pension money of your own. You ain't gonna get my
Oh, go away.
Look at him. Look at him. Running away because I can't look me in the eye. No! He'd still be alive if it wasn't for you!
That's not true, Di. Now stop it.
He'd still be alive if it wasn't for you!
Come on, let's get out of here.
Pneumonia?
Hey, where you going, Charlie?
Paulie, do you know what you're doing to that man in there?
I asked you, Charlie. Where you going?
I'm on duty at the hospital in 20 minutes.
Well, I don't think you should go.
Now, look! If I don't report in, they'll start checking up to find out where I am. Paul, I gave him plasma. He needs whole blood. To give him that, I gotta check him into the hospital. Come on, Paulie, he's weak. He's on the verge of pneumonia. If you keep him here, you'll kill him.
Better one of him than all 3 of us, huh?
All right, dear, let's go.
When are you coming back?
When I am finished at the hospital and when I get some sleep, I need a couple of hours out of every 24. Now, look, I don't care what any of the 3 of you think you have to do. I want somebody in there with him at all times. Because if I come back and find out that you weren't, and he dies, it'll take me about 10 seconds to call the police.
Well, don't forget, Charlie. You're an accomplice after the fact. Oh, and so is she.
He's alone in there now.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I asked downstairs for Detective Flint. They said I should come up here.
He's out now. He ought to be back soon.
Well, they told me downstairs. They said I could wait up here if I wanted to.
Sure. Come on in.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Thanks.
You sure I can't help you?
No, just Detective Flint. It's kind of personal.
Okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
Did you get any sleep?
4 or 5 hours.
Were you there again?
Oh, Dee, he's going to die. He's got an iron constitution and he'd be dead already.
Why didn't you take me with you?
Every time I take you over there, I just drag you in deeper.
You didn't ask me in the first place. I just came in. Turn him in, Charlie.
Let somebody else be his judge and policeman.
You're giving up the 7 years you put in med school and internship and residency.
And I'm letting a man die. Another man's dead already. Because my mother had 2 sons. Well, anyway, you're out of it.
I'm a minute and 40 seconds late right now. You know something I learned a long time ago? When you're ready to blow your top, take 2 minutes to cool off. I don't have to like it, and I don't like it. You take a precinct situation and go over my head to a departmental level?
You read the papers the same as I do.
Yeah, I read the papers. But you don't have to shove them down my throat.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to let me handle this in my own precinct.
The whole force is under fire because of one detective.
The whole force has been under fire before. How can you expect loyalty from a man when you turn your back on him?
Mike, my job is the whole department, not one detective named Flint.
Who runs into a rough one in the line of duty.
I'm only asking you to suspend him long enough so we can get a departmental trial on him and clear him.
No good. He won't suspend. He'll resign. And so will I. You and nobody else can show me that this kid didn't use judgment and restraint.
Would you have held fire?
I don't know. I got a pretty bad temper. But I want to tell you this. This is a precinct matter, and it's my precinct, and I want it left there. Lefty, I got friends downtown, too. And I got a little news for you. I may go over your head, too.
Do you have anything breaking in the case? Can you promise me an arrest? Take the heat off that way.
Since when does a policeman's job depend on a timetable?
Will you stop climbing all over me? I'm trying to figure the best way out of this mess for all of us.
Okay. But that doesn't include throwing Flint to the wolves.
Mike, I know you 30 years. You know me 30 years. And I'm telling you, if the police department is going to get hurt, I won't only accept your resignation, I'll ask for it.
That suits me fine.
They said for me to wait up here for you. Well, you know me, the bartender at Fergie's. Night of the holdup. I was the guy with the gun stuck in the back of his neck.
You got a beef, take it up through channels.
No, I came here to thank you for saving my life. I don't blame you. See, I have to work there, and well, I didn't want Mrs. Ferguson to get sore at me, so I kept my mouth shut. I'd be dead now if you hadn't kept your head then. I just wanted you to know that I know.
Okay.
I read where you guys have these laboratories and microscopes. You figure out crimes by the dirt on a guy's shoes. Well, you remember the hood Rummy threw his drink at? Stained his whole jacket?
Yes, what about it?
Well, I got a sample of the drink Rummy was drinking that night. It's in here. It's got rum in it and some other things. Kind of special. I don't know if it's any help.
Thanks.
It's all right.
I could make a positive identification out of this. I wouldn't even need the whole jacket, just a single thread.
Suppose the suit was clean before we located it.
Well, even so, I think I could identify it.
Well, it's worth taking a chance. Figures, you had to have the suit cleaned.
Sure.
Oh, of course, there are only 39,000 dry cleaners in New York, about 9 million suits being dry cleaned every week. Okay, so maybe only 500,000 of them have rum stains.
Wait a minute, Jim. Only one was staying with the Rummy Special.
How about that?
Keep him back.
Here's his address. Today is his birthday.
I don't understand. Why should he be running away from the police?
We wanted to ask him a few questions, but he ran away.
Marty was a good boy. He helped with the house. He brought home money. He did things for his mother better than other boys. Marty was a good boy.
Another time, officer.
Yes,
The woman didn't know her son at all.
Well, let's hope he really was all those things. At least around her.
I hurt. Doc. You are a good guy. I hurt so bad. Can't you please stop me from hurting? Please stop me from hurting, Doc. There's a drugstore down on the corner of 19th Street and Avenue D. I want you to take this prescription down there.
What's the matter? There's closer drugstores than that.
Take a cab. This prescription's for dope. They know my signature there.
It hurts that much, huh?
That much. You're in a hurry.
I got no money for a cab. Now I'm in a hurry.
Hey, Doc? I hope I get rid of this pain. Oh, it's driving me out of my head. Oh, God, help me get rid of this pain. Please help me get rid of this pain. Driving me out of my head. Driving me out of my head.
Come in, darling. It's open. Adam? Oh, darn.
Hi, hon. Oh, a detective named Arcaro told me I could find Detective Flint here. Adam Flint. This is the address he wrote down for me.
Well, he isn't here right now, but I expect him. Would you like to come in?
Thank you.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm making a little dinner. Would you like a...
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, excuse me.
Will he be here soon?
He better be, pretty soon.
What airline do you fly with?
Huh? Oh, the 8th Avenue. Subway. On my way down to 66th Street to a television studio. I'm an actress.
Are you Mrs. Flint?
Not yet.
Do you trust him?
Of course I do. Are you married?
I'm going to be. He's in trouble and he needs help, and I don't think he can get out of it by himself. That's why I need someone to trust.
Well, don't worry. Adam will help if it's humanly possible.
Human. That's the word. He's the detective who held his fire because he couldn't do what he needed without killing an innocent man.
He wasn't sure.
I kept reading the attacks on him in the newspaper. I studied the picture of that bar for 2 hours one day. The positions of the people who were there were marked in white ink. I studied the picture and I came to the conclusion that the detective had all the elements of surprise on his side. He could have gotten the killers without them even knowing he was there. An experienced detective would have known that right at that moment. Can conscience be quicker than reflex?
It's much deeper than that. It's his whole feeling about how much a single human life is worth.
I came to him for help because a man like that must have love and understanding. A man like that would understand Charlie's trap. The problems are different, but the people are very much alike.
Listen, would you like a little, something?
No, thank you.
Oh, that must be him. Hi, darling.
Hi, baby.
Somebody to see you.
Oh.
This is Detective Flint.
How do you do?
I have some information about that holdup.
Does this have anything to do with the man I shot outside the saloon?
I know that the police don't usually make deals, but this involves an innocent man. If I could be sure that he would be protected.
You're talking about the doctor that probably treated this man, aren't you?
You still haven't said, will you make a bargain?
I'm sorry, miss, I can't. But you better tell me where he is. This doctor, he's criminally involved.
So am I.
Pick up that phone and do whatever you have to do to get him out of here.
You can't take him out of here.
Pick up the phone, Charlie.
Thank you. I'll handle it from here.
Doctor, what's going on here? This man's been properly discharged, Doctor.
Take your seat, Doc. Go drive.
We don't get no tickets with this wagon, huh?
Stolen ambulance. Dr. Colano and the two men. There was a patient.
Code 31. You're driving a hospital ambulance. Just turned onto the East Side Drive at 34th Street, heading north. They're armed.
All units, repeat, all units. Bellevue ambulance, proceeding northbound lanes, West Side Parkway. Now passing 72nd Street. This ambulance manned by men wanted by homicide. Proceed with caution. These men are armed.
I wanted to keep him alive. I did everything I knew to keep him alive.
Charlie? Charlie? Who are you in for? How are you gonna explain this to Mama?
Driver's dead. So is this one. I should cry for Paul. I want to cry for him because I love him. No tears come. Everything's all busted up. Me, my life, our future. Inside and out.
It heals, Charlie. It always heals.
That's great.
What is this? What are you doing?
Well, it's a little surprise. You like it?
Yeah.
Whenever you want to know who you are, don't ask anybody else. Just ask yourself.
Uh-huh. Except you.
Oh, of course, except me.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures, produced by Herbert B. Leonard.